So as a business management consultant, I work regularly with small businesses and startups. And one thing that I found is that startups really often need some type of stakeholder intervention. And what I mean by stakeholder is any party that has some type of interest in the business, meaning that if the business does well, they succeed in some form. If the business fails, then they suffer in some form. And why I say this is because I just find a lot of startups just really don't know what they don't know. They don't have the support and resources and guidance that they need to succeed, or to succeed to the level that they could if they had those right supports and resources in place. And when they don't have those supports and resources, they're more likely to fail. And if the business fails, then the owners suffer, but oftentimes also the lenders suffer. Maybe the commercial property management or commercial property owner suffers. Maybe the insurance company suffers. So what I find is, I think a lot of startups just need that help, whether they realize it or not. They kind of need a stakeholder to step in and show them what they need and find someone to guide them through the startup process. So some obvious examples of stakeholders in a business would be the lenders. If a bank or a credit union or whoever is lending money to the business, they want to get their money back, so they want to make sure that the business is successful. Same thing maybe with an insurance company to a lesser degree. If this company buys an insurance policy, the insurance company wants to keep them as long-term clients. They want them to succeed. Again, that's kind of a lesser form of stakeholder. A more common or more involved stakeholder, or one with more interest in the company, would be an investor who's given some money in hopes for getting return on investment or some royalties. Another example would be a commercial landlord, a commercial property manager or commercial business owner where the business is renting space from. Another example would be an economic development organization that is helping with economic development and helping businesses get started. Typically, they're funded by the government. And then another stakeholder in some form would actually be the government. If the government is wanting economic development for job growth, for increased tax revenue, then they have a stake in businesses starting and succeeding. Because if businesses start and succeed and grow, they create more employment, which creates more income tax revenue for them. They generate more sales tax revenue for the government. So the government can be a stakeholder as well. So there are some other ones, but those would be the main ones. And what I find and what I think is that a lender or an investor or a property management landlord really needs to step in oftentimes with a startup and say, hey, we're going to help you make sure you get off to the right start, follow the right steps for your business startup. Make sure you've been strategic in all things like choosing your legal structure, figuring out where you're getting money from, in choosing the right facility, making sure you're properly set up for bookkeeping, accounting, tax collection, for sales tax and things like that. Because I think a lot of these steps are either missed or done incorrectly, and then that results in issues for the business and the business owner when they were really never even taught how to do those things properly. And then if that happens, they can run into issues. If they run into issues, the business fails, and then the stakeholders like the government, like the lender, like the property owner, like the economic development organization, they end up suffering because of that business not succeeding. So that was just my quick take on that. If you are starting a business and you are looking for supports, there are a lot available. So definitely reach out to some of them, especially like economic development organizations, and they can help you get those supports. Oftentimes, they will offer some support for free as well. So that can be a good resource to, get informed, to get educated and get help with starting your business so that you can avoid some of those issues and, increase your chances of success, because in reality, pretty much all those stakeholders want you to succeed. And likewise, that's actually what I do. I often help with these economic development organizations to help with startups. So I'm also available for a free initial consultation if you are starting a business and you're looking for some help and support. And I also have a bunch of resources on my website and then right here on my YouTube channel, where I have over 100 videos on business startup and business management topics. So feel free to check those out. And if you have any questions related to those topics, you can just leave a comment in the comment section and I will address it there, or even make a new video.